A spin-off starring Reacher's closest friend Neagley is in the works, and it may bring up elements from Tom Cruise's 2012 film again. For more than 2 decades, Lee Child's Jack Reacher novels have sold millions of copies. However, when it came time to adapt the series for the big screen, it was very difficult to find an actor who could embody the character's imposing stature and sharp mind. Since it was deemed more crucial to portray the character of Reacher's resolve and analytical mind than to showcase his physical prowess, Tom Cruise was chosen to play the role. Fans are still upset over Cruise's casting since the size of the roaming Avenger plays a significant role in Child's writings. However, Cruise's Jack Reacher has only gotten better reviews over the years, and it's now regarded as one of the actor's most underappreciated films. Reacher, starring Alan Ritchson, is a smashing success on Amazon and in critics' eyes. Reacher's closest friend, Neagley, played by Maria Sten, is also likely to receive her own solo series, thanks to the show's popularity via Deadline. The Neagley program is very close to being greenlit, but it hasn't been formally announced just yet. Although Alan Ritchson's Reacher is anticipated to have a cameo, no further plot points have been disclosed. Since Neagley is both a private investigator and a former member of Reacher's elite 110th Special Investigators, she is sure to run into difficulty in a variety of situations. It would be most reasonable for the Neagley offshoot to readapt One Shot if it were required to adapt any of Child's works. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to base the first season of the spin-off on a classic Reacher case, especially since Neagley hasn't promoted any solo books. The protagonist, Jack Reacher, is the focus of the 9th installment of the Jack Reacher series, One Shot, which details his investigation into a school shooting. James Barr, the accused murderer, is someone Reacher knows from their time together in the military. This familiarity is what draws Reacher into the inquiry. The Christopher McQuarrie-helmed film's One Shot was an obvious pick because of its status as a top-tier installment in the franchise. Although many changes were necessary to be true to Child's original work, the TV version would have far greater leeway. Because One Shot's case is closely related to their time in the 110th, it may work to replace Neagley with Reacher, but adjustments would be necessary. Reacher isn't exactly the easiest person to get in touch with, therefore it's possible that Neagley, who would have met James Barr as well, may be approached on the matter. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to base the first season of the spin-off on a classic Reacher case, especially since Neagley hasn't promoted any solo books. The entire Jack Reacher film and TV series, novel revised, Reacher Jack, 2012, direct hit, 2005. Never Go Back, Jack Reacher, 2016, Always Move Forward, 2013. One Season of Reacher, 2022. The 1997 Killing Floor, episodes of Reacher Season 2, 2023 to 2024. Misfortune and Difficulty, 2007. Third Season of Reacher, 2025. Deceiver, 2003. Jack Reacher was adapted into 2 feature-length films starring Tom Cruise, both of which had to remove certain scenes and characters from the original books. Jack Reacher cut many characters from One Shot to speed up the plot of Never Go Back, but the amount of alteration was far greater. Reporter Anne Yanny is a pivotal character in the novel. She helps Reacher with his research so that she may write about the tale. There is no mention of her in the 2012 suspense film, even though she plays a pivotal role in Child's novel. Another significant character who is absent is Rosemary, Barr's sister, who is featured prominently once again. One example of the alterations made by McQuarrie to simplify the book's storyline is the fact that Rosamund Pike's defense counsel Helen Rodin had a significant role in them. That also implies that the plot of One Shot, if adapted by Neagley, would have greater room to develop as it did in the Child's original work. Not only will Reacher adapt Child's Persuader for Season 3, but Neagley, who doesn't appear in the novel, will also be back for the show. The plots of the film and the novel are quite similar, although there are many differences in the details. For instance, in the last scene in Jack Reacher, Tom Cruise's vigilante smashes into a quarry and murders every enemy in sight. The novel delves further, and there's a scene when Reacher pulls off his most daring kill, a covert bear hug of a goon to death. Despite Alan Ritchson's cameo, Neagley likely lacks the upper body power to carry out such a violent killing. A reuniting of the 110th to uncover the killers of their comrades took place in Bad Luck and Trouble, an adaptation of Reacher Season 2, in which the survivors sought justice. By making the oblique assertion that Reacher encountered Barr in Indiana a year ago, the program in Amazon's adaptation seems to rule out a straight adaptation of One Shot. This is the setting of the One Shot book, which suggests that the narrative took place in the off-season. Remaking One Shot with a more suitable actor would be considered as petty by some, but the suggestion that Alan Ritchson is a better match for the character in terms of physique and screen presence is not a hot take. Since this effectively ended any possibility of a future rework of One Shot, it was seen as a shrewd decision. Actually, this isn't a good idea, and it would bring up the debate around Cruise's casting as Jack Reacher all over again. If Amazon's thriller remakes One Shot with a more suitable actor playing the lead, some may see the move as petty since Ritchson is clearly a better physical and charismatic match for the part. In addition, new books continue to be released every year, expanding Child series to nearly 20 volumes. These might be the topic of future seasons. Since Reacher isn't struggling to adapt tales, returning to One Shot wouldn't be beneficial. The content is sufficiently distinct, however, for Neagley's solo series to draw ideas from it. Given the enormous success of Reacher, it would be logical for Amazon to create a spin-off starring Neagley. Despite the fact that Neagley does not exist in the source book Killing Floor, Sten stole her parts in a supporting role in Season 1 and returned for a starring role in Season 2. Since Neagley has never been the face of a book, the spin-off faces the conundrum of whether the showrunners would adapt an existing Reacher narrative or come up with a whole new one. After years of writing the Jack Reacher books, Lee Child has finally retired and given the pen to his brother Andrew. Who knows where they go from here, but whatever happens, the program must be faithful to Child's work. Reacher has, for the most part, successfully conveyed the author's strong command of story and characters. Lee Child may be a great creative consultant or perhaps write portions of the spin-off script if the concept is fresh.